Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're unpacking something absolutely wild. The sheer staggering dedication it takes to completely rebuild a human body for peak performance in the WWE. And we're zooming in on one of its absolute most dominant forces, Rhea Ripley. I mean, she didn't just casually stroll into the ring looking like a titan, right? No, she literally forged herself through absolute iron. So we're gonna break down the exact mindset and, honestly, the grueling physical mechanics that turned a talented athlete into an absolute force of nature.
Which brings us to the big question, right? How did Rhea Ripley build one of the strongest and most intimidating physiques in WWE? Think about those two words for a second, strongest and intimidating. It's not just about raw strength, and it's definitely not just about looking good. It's about weaponizing that physical capability. We're talking about the absolute peak of power combined with this towering psychological presence. So how exactly do you build a physical and mental mountain like that? Well, it takes a very specific, totally punishing approach to physical conditioning to basically create an aura where your opponents are beaten before the bell even rings.
To really wrap your head around that presence, you've got to look at what she's actually lifting and how she trains. There is this explicit pairing here of physical capability with pure intimidation. Because sure, it's one thing to look strong, but when you are routinely deadlifting over 300 pounds, when you're repping out heavy pull-ups, that physical output translates directly into psychological dominance. Her time in the weight room is literally about projecting power inside that ring. She's focusing heavily on building what is essentially body armor. We're talking thick, dense muscle across her shoulders and back, and that naturally creates a wider, much more imposing silhouette that just looms over her competitors.
Okay, let's dive into the catalyst for all of this. Because to reach that level of dominance, it requires a deeply, deeply unforgiving regimen. We are talking about a brutal training routine that goes way beyond normal athletic prep. Ripley focuses on incredibly high-volume weight training and extreme muscle isolation. When the cameras are off, she's grinding through heavy leg presses, intense shoulder circuits, and these grueling compound movements that are designed to push her muscles to absolute failure. Actually, it's not even uncommon for this level of conditioning to involve brutal two-a-days, mixing that heavy hypertrophy work with the agility you actually need to perform in a wrestling ring. It is a punishing process for sure, and it demands grinding out those final agonizing reps day after day after day.
And that grueling routine acts as the necessary crucible for her evolution. It's a classic cause and effect. You have the cause, the brutal transformation, and the effect, the final form. You simply cannot get the result without walking through the fire first. And Ripley's mindset in the gym is notoriously relentless. She treats every single workout like a battle to break her own limits. She doesn't just go through the motions, she attacks the weights. Her current state of absolute dominance was forged directly through the severity of that heavy iron. All of it. The brutality, the torn calluses, the crazy muscle soreness, that was the required payment for her physical evolution.
But here's the really fascinating part. Through all of that strength building, all the heavy deadlifts, and those just relentless gym hours, a completely new entity emerged. This process transformed her into the Eradicator. And that isn't just some character she plays for the crowd on TV, right? It is a direct, physical manifestation of the work she logs behind closed doors. When she steps through those ropes, she brings every single hour of that gym time with her. That training didn't just change her muscles, it completely transformed her very identity into a force of total destruction within the WWE. Taking a step back for a second, the sheer willpower required to maintain this level of physical dominance is just staggering. To actually be the Eradicator means living inside that brutal training routine day in and day out. It means embracing the physical pain of those heavy circuits every single morning, way before the crowd even starts cheering. We've seen the blueprint of her heavy lifting, high-volume lifestyle, but having the routine is one thing. Having the willpower to execute it like the Eradicator, that is another thing entirely. So I'll leave you with this. Could you survive day one? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning what it really takes to reach the absolute peak.